Hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we're doing the 9th recipe from the apple turnover murder. They are the chocolate marshmallow cookie bars. So there are a lot of pages, a lot of ingredients, and a lot of steps for these cookie bars. There are 3 layers. There's a bottom layer, which you're going to want a half a cup of butter, 1 ounce square unsweetened chocolate, half a cup of white granulated sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup chopped nuts, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 eggs lightly beaten. Then you're going to have a cream cheese layer, which you're going to want an 8-ounce package of cream cheese softened. It says you'll use 6 ounces for this layer, and then you'll take 2 ounces and use it for the frosting. A 1/4 cup of softened butter, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 beaten egg, half a cup of chopped nuts, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 2 cups of miniature marshmallows. And then for the frosting layer, you're going to want a 1/4 cup of butter, other half of the other stick, 1 ounce square unsweetened chocolate, the reserved 2 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 pound box of powdered sugar. And then, of course, it's just a lot of different steps. There are a lot of steps. It's like you have to melt the butter and unsweetened chocolate either on the stovetop or in the microwave. And then you're going to stir in the sugar. And then while that cools down, you're going to add the flour, the baking powder, and the nuts to a bowl. Mix those and then put those in the chocolate. And then you're going to add the vanilla extract and the eggs. And then you're going to grease a 9x13, the flour one, the non-stick spray with the flour. And you're going to put that in the bottom of a 9x13. Then you're going to put that batter into that while you make the cream cheese filling, which essentially you're going to beat the cream cheese filling. And it says if it is not soft enough, you can heat it in the microwave safe bowl for 10 to 20 seconds. It says also if the butter is too cold, throw that in and microwave them both for 10 to 20 seconds. So basically you're going to combine those two with the sugar, the flour, and the vanilla. You're going to stir that until it's smooth. Add the beaten egg, stir again. Add the chopped nuts, stir again. Mix that cream cheese layer over the chocolate layer and smooth that out. And you're going to sprinkle the cream cheese or the chocolate chips over top of all those 2 layers. Bake that off for 20 minutes at 350. Then you're going to sprinkle the marshmallows on top, put that back in the oven for 2 minutes. And then while that's baking for the final 2 minutes, you're going to start the frosting, which is a cooked frosting. So you're going to melt in a 2-quart saucepan over medium-low heat. You're going to melt the butter, and then you're going to break up the unsweetened chocolate, add that in. And then you're going to stir in the softened cream cheese and the milk. And you're going to heat that up until it can be stirred smooth. It says again, you can do this in the microwave in 20-second increments, stopping to stir after each time period. You're going to remove that from the heat and then add in the vanilla extract. And you're going to beat in approximately a cup of powdered sugar. When that's incorporated, beat another cup, and you're just going to continue beating in it at a cup at a time through the whole box. When it's smooth, spread it out over the chocolate marshmallow cookie bars, swirling it into the marshmallows. It'll be soft, don't worry, it'll firm up as the bars cool. Set the pan on a cold burner or wire racked cool. And then when you can handle it without using pot holders, slip the pan into the refrigerator and let it chill for at least an hour. It says this makes the bars less crumbly and easier to cut. To serve, cut into 32 pieces, that's 8 rows, and 4 rows crisscrossing them. Candace note, chocolate marshmallow bars are very rich. Mike's the only person I've ever known to eat 4 in one sitting. Make sure you have a full carafe of strong coffee right next to the plate with the bars. You should also have another pot all ready to go in the kitchen. Yield 1 recipe, mix 32 incredibly chocolatey marshmallow bars. So, like I said, it's a lot of ingredients and a lot of steps for something that's usually pretty simple. But I guess let's go with it. This is everything we're going to be using today. Okay, so pot on stove, medium heat. And then to that, we're adding the chocolate and the butter. Just gonna give this a little bit of a chop. Okay, all the butter chunks have melted. We take it off the heat and we stir in our half a cup of sugar. As we make a big mess trying to get it out of the bowl. Alright, and then in a separate bowl, that over there. How much are we combining? Flour, baking powder, and the nuts. It just says to mix these together. I think the point is to coat the nuts so they don't sink like they do with berries. I think that's the only thing I can think of as to why this would matter. Alright. Whatever. Good enough. Now it says to add that to the chocolate. This is very thick. Like, it is definitely a cookie dough texture. I just kind of want to mix it until I don't see any more specks of flour, I guess. Or at least that's what I'm going for. Stir in the vanilla extract and the eggs. Vanilla and the eggs. Although with how thick and fudgy that is, good luck. Because this thing is thick. But we will endeavor to try. Take our pan and spread it into the bottom. Fortunately, because of the nuts and the baking spray, smoothing this out is not going well. We are in the midst of very unusual weather here in the South. And while this has been sitting out all night, it is rock solid. So we are going to have to use the microwave. There is no other choice. So we are going to stick said butter you hear that clink? And the cream cheese. If I could get my brain to work, that would be swell. But we're going to put this in the microwave for 20 seconds. When you've got your cream cheese and butter to a workable point, get them nice and blended together. I still have chunks of butter. I might have to put this back in the microwave. Once you have that mixed, you're going to add the sugar, flour, and vanilla extract. So, sugar, flour, and vanilla extract. To that, we will add the eggs. I don't know why the eggs are so special to be mixed in by themselves, but it's like you fully form your mix, and then you got to go back and add the eggs into it. And I don't really want to mix at that point. Alright. I think we've done what we can. Next is the nuts. And I don't see how you're going to get this layer on top of the chocolate layer without blending them together. That seems interesting. Alright. Pull our pan back. Apparently the chocolate, I don't know if it might just be how cold it is in here, but that chocolate layer sets pretty hard. So this is actually really easy to spread. Sprinkle the chocolate chips. Do this as evenly as you can. I tried. Okay. Now this goes in the oven for 20 minutes. Take the pan out of the oven. Now we sprinkle marshmallows. Now back into the oven for 2 minutes. And while that starts, we will start on our frosting. So butter into pan. Again, it does say to melt the butter and then add the chocolate. So let's do that. So now the butter's melted, we're gonna break the chocolate in. All right. And cheese and the milk. I don't know, this isn't really coming smooth. Like, I've never seen a frosting like this before, and I'm not liking it. It's just like separating into oil. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I think I heard a trick about this once. If you add water, it'll like, and then stir it a lot, it should come together. Maybe if not, I just added water for no reason. All right, we're just gonna add the vanilla and the powdered sugar. I don't know what I'm doing. I got too many things in too many different areas, and not a fan. There have to be 101 better ways to do this. There have to be. Is this? This ain't it. This is a disaster. Like, I'm sure it'll be edible. I don't know, y'all. This is... Alright, that's what we're going to leave it as, because it says to let this cool. And then put it... Don't forget to turn your oven off. Put it in the fridge for an hour after it's ready. Probably going to take at least half an hour sitting here before I can move it to the fridge. But I'll see you in a little while. So. They're really good. They're crunchy. They're sweet. They're not too sweet. They have a nice chocolate, which is pretty smooth. It came together a lot better than I thought it would with the frosting. That frosting was touch and go. It definitely needs to chill more. I don't think I chilled it enough. But that's simple. Just toss it back in the fridge and wait a little longer. But overall, these actually surprised me with how good they are. Especially with how complicated and ingredient heavy they are. But next week, we will be making something called aggression cookies. It makes a lot. It is a rest your arm. You apparently are needing these cookies. I don't know. It seems like a lot. I'm kind of scared of them. But if you are interested in seeing how those turn out, join us next week. I hope you all have a good one. Bye.